How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to another video on this channel, and today I'm gonna be making a very general video just going over a few quick reasons and exposing the big name traders in the industry today. I know I might get a lot of hate, but I really just don't care, because it's gonna be hate from the wrong people that are not knowledgeable about trading and about really the truth behind these trading YouTubers and the trading industry. So for me personally, that doesn't really matter much. But let's just dive straight into this. Okay, so basically the first person, I already made a separate exposing video on Justin Werlin. I'll just bring him up real quick today for those that haven't watched it, or maybe I'm going to be posting this video before that exposed video. So I'm not exactly sure what the order of sequence of the videos I'll be doing, but basically expose this guy, right? He doesn't even join his Discord or subscriptions that people are paying for, and he basically scammed a lot of people out of the lifetime Discord mentorship or membership role because he just left the Discord and gave it to some random dude doesn't even know how to trade. So a lot of fraud behind this dude here. But this goes to the main guy right here, which is TGR. This guy, he used to be, a lot of people used to like him, right? 2 years ago, I remember watching some of his videos about when he started trading, and I thought they were very good videos for beginners. I thought they were very nice, right? He was teaching stuff that was obviously offered for free, nothing paid. But a lot of his story personally also does not add up. He said he was broke, things like this, right? But his family owns a private school. They literally own the school. It's not the principal, they literally own the school district, or the school itself, a private school in fact, which is even more. So his parents were already very well off, and I would assume already millionaires in terms of net worth. And so him trying to make the old video, I don't know if he still has it up here, but I remember seeing it where he was talking about how broke he was, things like that, and how life was so bad. This is completely false, because that's not where he came from. That's not his life. That's not how it is. People are going to tell me you have to separate a person from their family, but that's completely false. You can't just do that. A broke person that grew up with rich parents will still be considered wealthy, because their parents have a lot of money. They have the financial backing to take risks as well, and many other things that people that grew up broke or middle class don't have. Like, people won't understand that until you really experience that and understand how money really is growing up, right? These guys just will not understand it. So yeah, that's basically what this guy, he also owns, TGR also owns a prop firm, and he does a mastermind as well, but he also owns a prop firm where he just scams a lot of people, right? He bans people for being too profitable, right? You can look this up. There's people that tell me this. And he also denies a lot of payouts, or just never pays people out, keeps delaying them, especially if you get a very big payout and you're not affiliated with them in terms of you're not a YouTuber or a content creator for them, or have some sort of contract with them. You're not going to get paid out your big sum of money. So a lot of denied payouts, things like that, a lot of complaints. This is obviously, he also sells a Discord mentorship and membership as well, which I also do. So, well, I don't just really sell a Discord mentorship. It's more so a private mentorship that's one-on-one, but also does include a Discord group. So you can say it's the same thing. But again, at the end of the day, this guy, mainly about his prop firm, is just very fraudulent. I don't know how these prop firms get away with this, but I'm hoping one day things will catch up to these guys, because it's clearly just crazy. I've heard people that, like, they spent their last amount of money in their bank account on the firm, passed the challenge, got funded, and made money in the simulated account just to get denied a payout that they're depending on their rent on. Now, obviously, that's not a good situation to even put yourself in or start with, right? But these are real situations of people that do this, and it's just really morally messed up and crazy for people to not be able to survive, because people like this are making false claims, right? And he's obviously making millions off of his mentorship, Discord, and the prop firm, of course. Like, they paid out a lot of money, but they made a lot more. Their profit margins are huge. Even after paying out all the people that helped them with the prop firm, the profit margin is insane for prop firms. But yeah, I mean, he does make videos like this, and trading for free, of course. But again, his mentorship, you can even ask a lot of people, it's just not worth it at all. The masterminds, right? A lot of these traders also say this is going to be my last mastermind I'm going to make, and then they continue on to make 12 more later. So it's all like a sales gimmick, and it's just crazy how people fall for the things like this. I remember I used to fall for things like this when I started trading, so I don't blame beginners, but that's why I'm making these videos, to try to wake people up that are beginners and telling them to stop falling for these things and just mainly focus on the free content these people are providing on YouTube, because there's no risk involved. You're not putting your money somewhere where you're making these people richer, right? Nothing wrong with free content, right? They're still making, these YouTubers, they're still making money off monetizing their YouTube channel. Me personally, I don't have my channel monetized, so people don't have to see ads and things like that. But of course, these guys will have their channels likely monetized, so they'll still make money. I mean, off of you divulging their free content, but obviously not even close to as much as if you paid for them. Because if you go on Reddit's, ask a lot of people that paid money for these mentorships and courses from these people, they'll tell you that the paid content is worse than the free content, and that's just all part of how marketing works. So that's the story behind this guy. Let's go to Mamba FX. This guy here, I remember I did his signals when I started trading a few months, I think 6 or 7 months into my trading journey. I started doing his signals. I was checking it out to try to get rich quick, obviously, like everyone else in their first year of trading. And the signals were not good. They were not profitable, and you lose money basically over the long run. Sometimes you take revenge trades, but I won't include those just for the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But mainly the thing is his entry price, his stop loss is the same, right? But the entry price is always going to be delayed. So he would send a signal, for example, on gold or US 30, whatever he used to be sending signals. I remember I was doing the gold signals, I believe, at the time. He would send the signal, and the signal will be sent way too late. So his entry price might be like, let's say 15K on NAS, or let's say 1800 on gold, right? But your entry, by the time you see the signal being sent out, it could be 1820. Obviously not going to be that big of a discrepancy, but you know what I mean. The risk reward is going to be very awful. You'll likely be hitting a negative risk reward by the time he hits a 1 to 2. So when he hits a 1 to 2, you're hitting like a 1 to 0.6. And so his risk reward is 100% off on his trades, as well as how he manages them, really. I mean, he has multiple TPs. I personally believe people that do signals that have multiple TPs, there's not directly something wrong with that, but it is somewhat of a red flag, because you need a consistent system to follow. You don't just let people manage their trades randomly and have 5 TPs and say you win every single trade when it hits TP1. And you basically, what they do is they always say they win a trade as long as it hits TP1, and then they take the risk reward of the highest TP hits. So if a trade hits TP1, they say it's a winner, and if they say if it's TP6, it's a winner, and then they say 6RR, when in reality, some people are taking a TP and closing the trade at TP1 because it's a higher odd and higher win rate. So the numbers don't add up when you're doing signals, so keep that in mind. I do remember he was charging not too much for signals, but he definitely did at some point start increasing the amount he did. And it just didn't make sense to me from a logical perspective if you are profitable to provide signals if you also own a prop firm. So Mamba FX, he also owns a prop firm. I don't think he has it on here, but it's called Clarity Traders. And essentially it just doesn't make sense, because from a prop firm standpoint, you guys should know by now, prop firms only make money when traders lose, because they make money off the fees. So if his signals are profitable, truly profitable, all these 3,000 members, I remember being in the signal group when I used to be in, that was through Telegram, I believe. Those people, all they had to do to make a living, make hella money, is get max funding at the prop firm, pass all these challenges by just copy trading Mamba FX signals. So if that's true, then Mamba is doing himself a disservice in terms of a financial aspect, because he's gonna lose a lot more money from profit traders just passing challenges, getting funded, getting all these payouts just by following his trades. It just doesn't make any sense in terms of business standpoint. It would be contradictory, right? He's gonna make a lot less money off those signal fees than him paying out all these traders. I don't even know if he pays out all these traders in the first place. He might be denying payouts, just like your boy TJR. Not my boy, but your boy, because a lot of you guys be following him like crazy, right? He's been making all these like clown jokes, things like that, and I'm not with it, honestly. Especially when it comes to playing with other people's money, it's not cool. So that's Mamba FX there for you. But aside from that, again, free content. He does provide a good amount of free content. He trades breakouts. So that's, if you're interested in breakouts, personally, I don't. So yeah. Next up is this guy. I remember watching him a long time ago when I started as well, because of motivation, right? You know, he used to be on Big Brother, if you guys know what that is. And I believe he used to play D1 basketball, and he dropped out of college, I believe, or dropped out playing D1 or something to do trading, something like that. But I mean, again, he does a lot of free content as well on YouTube, but his is mainly more mental and psychology rather than technicals. Not as much technicals, really. And so I personally didn't find his videos helpful at a certain point in my trading career when I started. It's only really good for very beginners, but even then, you want to be learning the right kind of information to develop a working strategy, which is what I'm trying to help beginners of all levels. I do believe that beginners should start at a high level and really just learn the right things ahead of time, rather than going through all the basic information everyone tells you for free on YouTube, because it could mess up the way your brain thinks of the market. And if that information you're given doesn't have an edge, it's actually negative and harmful to you than not knowing the information at all. But I mean, this guy, he also had a prop firm of his own, and I don't know if it went bankrupt. I'm not sure what happened, but it basically shut down. It was like called Secure the Bag 365 or something, and it seems like he has another prop firm. He's doing like a lot more mentorship and just stuff like that. You can clearly tell from people that, at least he does claim that it's not just from day trading, but I don't even think he trades really at all himself personally anymore. When you have this many followers, this many views, as well as all these types of businesses that you own, you don't need to trade at all, really, because your business will scale a lot more. And especially if you're not a profitable trader, you're gonna lose money, so you're gonna make all your money off businesses. This guy is not profitable. If you go into and ask people that used to be in his signal room and signal group, not only did he leave his group, right, for a long period of time, extended period of time, without giving any notice or anything, or refunds, right, in the beginning stages, or reimbursement or any explanation, he also had signals that he would just delete. And then he would only show the winning signals on his, obviously, in terms of marketing. So there's just a lot of false information on this guy here. And he's tied with this guy right here, Lambo Raul. Okay, this guy right here. Man, these guys are just crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This guy here, he's also another capper. He said he grew up broke, whatever, you know, from the hood trenches. I don't think he said from the hood trenches, but you know what I'm saying. He's trying to portray that he used to be broke, things like this. But his dad is literally a millionaire dentist. So this here is his dad. His dad is DodgysDD Smile. You can check it out on IG. But he's literally a millionaire. Not without a question. He has his own practice doing dentistry. And if you know about dentistry, you know how much money you can truly bring in from that, especially if you have your own practice. Easily millions a year. So he did not grow up rich. And if you're lying about how you grew up, really, I can see how you could lie about everything in terms of your lifestyle, right? This guy, you know, he does a lot of videos as well, but majority of his stuff is just flexing, really. You're not much really educational content at all. You know, anyone can show a winning trade. Like, I could do that too, right? But how about long-term consistency? Not so much. So you can clearly see he grew up with money already. So it's not like he, you know, was self-made, like a lot of people say. He got obviously help from his parents in some financial situation to be able to have the time and effort to start these businesses and have high quality content like since the beginning, right? A lot of people don't have access to that if you're growing up broke. He also has his own prop firm. I've never tried it, so I can't speak on it. Never heard reviews really much from them either, so I can't speak on whether they pay out or not, but it's not as big of a firm as these other ones. But I do know he used to have like signals, I believe. And no, not a signals. He did a course. He had like a course, right? And it was just very like basic, like break and retest, stuff like that. And It's just not really much of an edge, right, in the stuff you'd be posting. So again, pretty misleading guy, mainly a marketer. I don't know how people still fall for this now. Like back then when people start, sure, but you can go to this website if you want. But I'm just saying these guys are not real traders here. So let's close out Swag C. We know him. Scam, 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 scam. This guy here, oh my gosh. This guy used to be friends with Lambo Raul. They used to be very good friends and they broke off. And clearly there's some beef and drama going on between them, right? Now, I believe this is not 100% fact checked yet, but I believe this Lambo Raul helped this guy in Miami like get to the level where he's at in terms of like marketing and fame. Not entirely sure, but this guy is also one of the marketers that just likes to flex a lot, right? You can clearly see he likes to flex a lot. And you can see even from his first like videos, like his, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos in. He already has a McLaren. Like what? Like, dude, I don't know where this dude came from, but he clearly came from somewhere nice, right? Saying he started from Dunkin', dude, anyone can also work at Dunkin' for a day or two and record themselves. Like, you see all the people doing drop shipping, especially, you see these guys recording themselves at working at McDonald's and things like that. Do you really believe all these guys are working at McDonald's and recording themselves, or not recording themselves, but just working there? Like, if you truly worked at McDonald's, I doubt you'd be doing stuff like that, right? You probably have bigger issues to focus on than trying to scam people, honestly. Or it's just like, not even that, it's just morally corrupt to be doing stuff like this. I don't know how people do this. He also has his own website, right? Learn how to swing trade, right? The same, all these websites, these guys, I swear they got like the same copy and paste from some dude, right? Because what is a miner? Like this guy can't even, dude, this guy can't even spell. Like M-I-N-O-R, not E-R. Like, dude, yeah, no, this is crazy how much these guys, they're just not educated at all in any sort of way. Like, this is crazy. But like all these guys have the same like website platform. They all have these scheduled call things that obviously, you know, you guys are clearly going to be forced to try to be persuaded to buy their stuff, right? That's how it works. And it's going to be like they're going to quote you at the end, and it's going to be like a 3 to 5K minimum fee, right? To join their mentorship that's not in private one-on-one, which is insane to me. You see he gets a lot of views off YouTube, right? This is probably at least, I mean, he probably makes 25. So the CPM or RPM for finance on YouTube is pretty high. It's around $10, I'd say. You can look it up. So this guy, 25, I mean, if you do the math here, he probably made about 250K just off monetization, if he's monetized, which I'm pretty sure he probably is. But again, he makes way more off the courses and mentorship. And YouTube is really just a platform, an opportunity for most of these guys. So I really wouldn't be, I mean, much surprised there, you know. So it is pretty crazy. But yeah, this guy again, his $100 challenge to also 1 mil, it was all fake. There's people that were following his signals and they blew their account. How is that possible? If someone's following your signals, there's no way one person can blow an account and the other person changes it to 1 million. Those are two sides of a coin. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So clearly he faked it. You can fake it through either obviously unregulated broker, things like that. But I also do know he has broker affiliations. And from what I heard, or not heard, I've seen, he switched brokers midway, which is very, very suspicious, right? And when he posts these charts and trades, a lot of people probably don't verify the time when he's posting these charts and trades. And most times he's only showing the trade after he's entered it, for like after a few hours later of entering the trade, right? So the trades that hit stop loss immediately or barely go in profit, hit stop loss, he's not going to be showing. So it looks like he's on a winning streak of 10 to 12, risking huge percent also of the account, which, I mean, makes sense if you're trying to do a flip. And I mean, it doesn't say timeline, but it's still insane, right? If you really think this is possible, $100 to 1 million, at least in 4 months. I think he said he finished it 90 days. That's even shorter. Bro, if you really believe this, why doesn't he turn this $1 million into, what percent is that from 100 to $1 million? I can't even, dude, that's a lot. He could turn this $1 million to 100 mil. I do understand liquidity issues, obviously at a certain point in terms of account position sizing, so you can't really scale like that. But at least probably 50 mil, $1 million to 50 mil in probably the next 90 days, or not even with that amount of compounding and percent growth, you can turn in probably 20 days. And that'll be way more money than he's probably made selling and doing all this, right? Like doing all this, I think he's probably made around 10 mil. 10 mil is probably reasonable in terms of profit wise off his business, right? So it's pretty crazy to see people just falling for stuff like this, right? It's insane. And it's just really messed up for the people that truly do trade. Next up, we got this guy. A lot of people learn from this guy in terms of free content, which I respect, right? I respect a lot of these guys that do offer valuable free content, okay? Because I do know people that have become profitable just off free content. It's not easy per se. It will take a much longer time. And typically free content also, the edge is 50-50. It's either there's an edge in it or there's no edge in it. So it's not as easy to discern between like actual paid content that's actually working, which is obviously what I'm trying to provide. But you can see, I mean, started about 3 years ago. He's mainly really well known for inverse fair value gap model. And this guy, I remember he showed his Apex account on Apex Trader Funding. He's only gotten 25K in payouts lifetime. That may sound like a lot to a lot of people, but for someone that is his level, to be only making 25K in lifetime payouts is sad. That's like nothing, that you cannot live off that. And let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he started actually living off it maybe 2 years ago. Even 1 year ago, even a few months, you can't live off 25K, especially since this dude's from the US. You're not living off 25K at all. You wouldn't have a Corvette. You can't even buy your Corvette. This guy has a C8, I believe, Corvette. You can't even buy that with your 25K. Not even close. That might be like a down payment, but that's it, right? So it clearly doesn't make any sense. This guy's not making money from trading. A lot of times he's just trading on a paper account when he goes live in his Discord as well. You can even see him on his IG. A lot of times he'll be posting like, I took this trade or who took this trade. He sometimes doesn't even take it himself. Says that he just calls it out to his Discord or whatever. He doesn't take them to himself. And like, bro, if you're not trading actively yourself while paying people or making people pay you to learn, I'd say that's just fraudulent, it's a scam. So this guy, he's making more money off his paid content. I remember seeing his WAP dashboard. I'm not going to explain how I got the information, but I know a few people. And because this guy reached out to me actually about trying to grow my WAP and stuff. But I denied it because I'm just not with all the huge marketing tactics, things like that. I mean, marketing is great and all, but I personally just don't feel like investing much into marketing when I make way more from trading itself. So I'm just doing this content for fun basically at this point. And as well as also having some purpose in life, because trading by itself is very lonely and boring. So, but point is, I seen this guy's WAP dashboard internally and he made about 860K. And I assume that was a few months ago. So now he's probably already broken the millions, or $1 million at least, in terms of net revenue. Net profit. So if he's made $1 million off, his swap, selling his Discord subscriptions, and only made 25K off his Apex payouts, because I know he doesn't really trade with any other firm, you can clearly see where the money's coming from. Last but not least, this guy is awful. Dude, it's just crazy. 186 subscribers. People are just tuning into the wrong people, man. Like, you're just getting misguided here. Use their free content. Don't use their paid content. That's all I'm gonna say. Even sometimes their free content sucks, and it's just obviously a gimmick to get you to get their paid content. But what I mean by sucks is sometimes there's no edge in them at all. No proven backtesting, nothing. Or it's cherry pick backtesting, which is what this guy does. I remember him doing the cherry picking. A lot of people in the comments were like, why don't you take this trade? Why don't you take this trade? There's no mechanical or any reason really given. You can't just say, because I didn't feel like it. Or, there's just if there's not a clear enough reason that why you didn't take a trade or skip so many trades, or then there's something obviously not genuine there. But you can see this guy started about 2 years ago, and his mentorship is also about 5,000. This guy's from 5K to 15K. I've seen people, you can go on Reddit, people have been quoted 15K because the questionnaire and mentorship form asks you how much money you're willing to spend or how much you make. And obviously in that sales call that they do and pressure you to buy their stuff, his stuff, they're going to factor that in. Obviously, if you make way more, they're going to charge you more, even though you're getting the same exact value as someone else paying maybe only a quoted 5K. Exact same value. It's not even private value either, which is what I'm trying to use to separate myself from the pack. But I mean, obviously the main thing I'm trying to separate myself is being a genuine trader that actually trades for a living and not some BS dude that's, just making money off fake content on YouTube, right? This guy gets a lot of views as well, but obviously again, his mentorship is where he makes a bulk majority of his money. And I'm not shocked at all that all these guys here are millionaires, because there's millions or hundreds of millions of people, maybe not hundreds of millions, but there's millions of people falling for stuff like this, right? And paying these guys. And a lot of these videos, I remember seeing these guys and thinking that the more videos I watch, the better I'll get, but it's not true at all. It's more about quality than the quantity of YouTube videos that you watch. And a lot of him is just yapping. He yaps a lot, and so you don't learn anything at the end of the day. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if there's any other traders that I missed on this list. I'm here mainly just including the bigger name ones, not really including the smaller name ones, really. Just the main ones that I remember and stood out to me. I remember when I'm trading and I still see my trading history. But I do want to give a quick shout out to this guy named TT Trades. This is not paid, by the way, at all. I'm just personally giving this guy here a shout out because I remember seeing his stuff a while ago. And I'm going to say this guy, I'm pretty sure right now, even he doesn't sell anything or any paid content course, which I respect. I mean, obviously you will make a good amount from YouTube ad revenue considering the niche we're in, as well as affiliates potentially like Apex Trader and FX Replay. But putting that to the side, this guy does have a lot of very good technical content. Now, if there's an edge in it, what he teaches or not, that's up to you guys and how you discern this information. But I would say if you're gonna watch someone and you're looking for just free content, at least watch this guy instead of all those guys that are marketing their course and mentorship. It's very rare to find someone like TT Trades here, really truly, that just makes majority technical based videos, because the market, to have an edge, you need something mechanical enough to backtest. And so this guy does go over a good amount of stuff. I'm not gonna really say this is really advanced content really here. This is still pretty baseline content, I would say. There's also a lot more that goes into the market here, but this is a very good starting point for those that are just interested in purely free content. And yeah, so just quick shout out to him. Really respect this guy right here. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I do have my own course and mentorship if you're interested in learning how to generally become a full-time trader from someone that's full-time, and learning to get there faster essentially is my goal, right? To get you guys profitable within, depending on wherever you are in your journey, get your profitable fast and learning the right things.